The Hyatt Regency McCormick Place saw the unused lounge area adjacent to the convention center exit as a valuable but underutilized space. The challenge was to transform this irregular shaped space into a unique revenue-generating addition to the hotel. As you can see from the photos, this polished space was a welcome new destination for guests. Ideation Studio saw the cultural diversity associated with Chicago as an opportunity to create both a culinary and visual theme for this space and connect the isolated property to the city. Named Point of Interest, or POI, the lounge space became a point of interest for guests. It featured ethnic neighborhoods to visit, ethnic foods to sample, and distinct technology zones to create a true immersive experience. The city is featured with a custom wall covering that portrays a stylized transit map for the visitors passing through this space. In keeping with the theme of cultural diversity, materials were selected that subtly integrate colors, fabrics, and shapes to support the variety and richness of cultures that intermingle in this great city of Chicago. There is a lot of work that goes into the design. Creating a sound foundation for a project starts with strategy, analysis, and positioning. We identify the goals and the key objectives for the project. We investigate who the target audience is and their unique attributes, along with understanding the operational needs. For this unique environment, we needed to understand travelers, specifically business travelers, and craft what we thought were a series of possible customer experiences they would enjoy. Our goal was to create a space for the lone traveler with useful amenities. The concept was all about connectivity. This location is somewhat isolated, so strategically, we developed a way to connect to the city. Once that solid foundation is established, we start with creative exploration. Here, you see 3 visual concepts, each aligned with the strategy, but uniquely expressing it in a different way. Concept 1 was about connectivity, integrating the latest technology into a warm, rustic, inviting environment. Concept 2, Point of Interest, weaves together the social fabric, creating a lounge that connects guests to points of interest throughout the city and various Chicago neighborhoods. Concept 3, Art and Environment, represents the idea of creating a space that changes throughout the day. Using kinetic, interactive technology, this artful space creates excitement with the use of new technology. We explore schematic planning solutions. Here, you see a rectilinear plan that creates more compartmentalized spaces, contrasted by a curvilinear plan that illustrates flow through the space. We explore ideas in a quick sketch format. Once we have honed in on our ideas, we step out the design in greater detail. This rendering shows one of the semi-private meeting spaces with integrated smart technology, allowing guests to share what they saw at the trade show with their team. Floor covering and finish plan, reflected ceiling plan, furniture, fixture, and equipment plan. The plan shows how we carved unique areas into the space, created seating alcoves for semi-private meetings, created charging stations, and established a beautiful bar that could open and close on demand with the trade show schedule. Furniture selections, interior elevations, and schematic millwork idea sketches. The millwork and fixturing in a project are large budget items and are the elements that make up the distinct brand character. Everything is spelled out. No millwork details are left to chance. Phase 4 in our I process is implementation. We create the construction drawing set based on the design development work. As you can see from reviewing the construction drawings, everything is detailed. We look at a project through a telescope and a microscope. First, we envision the big picture, and as the project continues, we focus more and more on the smallest of details to ensure it all comes together with ease. Ideation Studio is unique. We plan for technology integration and develop the graphic communication program. A signage plan is created detailing the locations and listing all the necessary items. It details unique signage with material specification. Once the design is approved, custom art is created. Here you see the large, custom stylized transit map. Fun elements were added to bring in other points of connectivity, like this light fixture, where guests are invited to put a business card up and take a business card down. All the parts and pieces are detailed and sent to bid to several signage contractors, ensuring our clients get the best pricing. I invite you to invest in your brand and see the difference design makes. Visit our website or contact us to learn more about the time it takes to successfully launch a brand and learn about the return on investment design can make to your bottom line.